welcome to All Things Home Care with Dana Arnone. I'm your host, Dana Arnone, a registered nurse with 30 years of healthcare experience. In today's show, we're taking the home care crisis to our local elected officials. First, we're going out and about to Huntington, New York at the Poor People's Rally in front of Congressman Tom Suozzi's office. Then we will listen to the highlights from the speeches made by the invited speakers. In our Ask Dana segment, I answer your most pressing questions. And then finally, we take the current home care crisis all the way to Albany. So let's get the show started by taking you out and about to the Poor People's Rally.
I went down to the rich man's house. I took back what he stole from me. Took back my dignity. I took back my humanity.
Hi, Dana Arnone here for All Things Home Care. We're out and about in the town of Huntington today. We are at the Poor People's Campaign National Call for Moral Revival. We are outside Tom Suozzi's office.
I am declaring and announcing here that as a Muslim, my faith demands me to stand and provide full support to the third Reconstruction Resolution. Are you with me? We are here for third Reconstruction. Under name of third Reconstruction, we have submitted a resolution in Congress. So now at this moment, all around the country, almost all 50 states, our representative, our team members are appearing in front of the congressmen's offices, congresswomen's offices, so we can submit our resolution in their office, and also we can ask for them to support against what injustice is happening in this country. The injustices happening under systemic racism, incarceration, militarism, and also ecological devastation in education. I mean, this whole campaign, Poor People's Campaign, is basically standing in front of all people who have power, who can make changes, who can make laws, who can implement the laws to resist, to go against all injustices happening in this country. And Poor People's Campaign is the organization who's leading this whole movement.
Forward together, not one step back. Forward together, not one step back.
In the audience was All Things Home Care President Christine Pellegrino. So Christine, why did you come? What about the Poor People's Campaign and this rally here today speaks to All Things Home Care?
So it's so important for all of us to recognize the impact that we can all have on the policies that are enacted that really affect all of us. And the support that was shown here today for policies such as fair pay, clean air, clean water, infrastructure, which we've been talking about, is so critically important for us all to be engaged in. I was really excited and proud to be part of this movement. I've been following it for a long time.
All Things Home Care stands alongside the home care workers. You're here to support them. You're here to fight for them. Absolutely. And I think that the viewers really should know the important work that All Things Home Care is doing.
Absolutely. A worker should never have to choose between whether or not they can afford transportation or take a job. Those things are critical and efforts that we can undertake and impacts that we can make on small scales. Contributions to our organization help individual workers and expand our workforce, in addition to helping the elderly and the disabled get the critical care that they need from most essential frontline workers.
My thing is, I said, Lord, I went to school and got a degree to be a nurse. But now that I need the help, where you at? Something's wrong. And we do not have to live like this in this country. We do not. We want you all who are in the positions to do something. Where are resources? Where are the better policies for us? We want you to do something. You're sitting there eating good when we can barely eat. We need help. For low-income, poverty-stricken, we need help. It makes no sense to go take care of other people and then I come home and can't take care of me and mine.
You know, I did everything right. I went to college, I got a job, I did what I was supposed to do. But COVID has crippled me in so many different ways. My last paycheck was in October.
We have the privilege right now of speaking with Mariana. She was one of the guest speakers here today and an advocate for the Poor People's Campaign.
We are here talking about the need for a third reconstruction. So we are here in the 3rd Congressional District asking our legislators to please support this package. It's not one particular bill, it's many things that we are asking for on behalf of the Poor People's Campaign, because if we've learned anything through this global COVID pandemic, is that our infrastructure is broken. Our system of the way we get health care, the way we have health insurance through our employers and through our spouses is not a sustainable system. I know this because in April 2020, I was hospitalized with COVID, and I continued to struggle several months after, and I couldn't understand why I wasn't getting better. And it turns out that COVID had filled my lungs with multiple blood clots. I required emergency surgery. I was in the ICU in September, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to go back to work as a result of that. For my health insurance, which was through my employer, I've had to pay $3,000 a month for COBRA to keep my health insurance benefit. We deserve the right to see a doctor and the option to get medical care whenever it is medically necessary. And we are imploring you to please reach out to your legislators, no matter which district you are in, and ask them to support the 3rd Reconstruction and get involved with the Poor People's Campaign.
So why Tom Suozzi's office?
Twice, we've spoken about the importance of Medicare for All, which you signed a statement, Thomas Suozzi, in support of Medicare for All years ago. And then we fought to get you reelected, and you got elected, and you turned your back on us. You said you support it as an academic construct in theory, but we can't implement it. And you've thrown up all kinds of walls and obstacles, citing concerns about how the VA would be impacted. If veterans can go to any doctor they want, anytime they want, with a single-payer universal health care plan, that's going to help veterans. Okay? It's going to help working parents. It's going to help single moms. It's going to help so many people. And you have turned your back on your constituents. And we're furious and we're outraged, but we're going to give you another opportunity to get it together and support the 3rd Reconstruction. So look out for Long Island, look out for New Yorkers, and do your job. That's what we elected you to do.
Okay, well, I think she said it all. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to All Things Home Care with Dana Arnone. In today's show, we're taking the home care crisis to our local elected officials. So let's go back to the Poor People's Rally in Huntington, New York, and listen to the highlights from the speeches made by the grassroots organizers.
Nationally, all different states, what we're doing here is taking place, so we're not alone. There's a movement. I feel it in my bones. Lord have mercy.
We are the movement.
I can feel it in my bones. Something's happening. The ground, like the bones in the Dry Valley. The people are rising. They're coming together. I see it.
The 3rd Reconstruction, and a lot of my Episcopalian friends and my Catholics and whatever you call them, praise be Ishmael, Allah, Rahim. But God is good. Gloria a Dios Santo, Dios, Gloria a Dios Santo. Never, whatever language. It's only one God. One universe. We all believe, I guess, in that spirit and higher power, if you will. But back to the 3rd Construction, and I'm going to step out. As a Christian man of faith, we believe one for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the Holy Ghost. The 3rd Construction. Here we are. We're soldiers of the 3rd Construction. So bless all your hearts and each of your efforts, and I pray that God would give each and every one the desires of your heart.
This country is founded on the moral commitment to establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty. I believe that all citizens of the United States deserve the best education in the best facilities and with equal standards. My belief as Muslim demands me as a Muslim to resist injustices within democracy, health, economic, security, education, housing, jobs, incarceration, criminalization, and immigration. Yes. My brothers and sisters, my beliefs demands me to resist against injustices on the streets, in Congress, in correctional facilities, in the courts, in Senate, in the bright daylight or in the darkness of night, when I am alone or with my people, when I am free or shackled, I am just, I am for justice and justice for all. Thank you.
But when I deal with people that are willfully ignorant, and that's what I want to say that it is, a willful ignorance, a willful bias, it is the fear that they have of changing or perhaps them losing something that makes them the way that they are. But you're not going to lose anything. All you're going to do is gain by loving more, by learning more, by giving more. And this 1% of people that I say that I see you rich, I see you. You have no business being that rich when people are poor. How can you sleep at night? How can you sleep at night when you and how is this subservient of will of yours? How is it that you think you're better than me? And you are not. You're not better than her. You're not better than her. You're not better than anybody. Together we can make a change. We can create it together. Not separately. Not the 1%. They think or they feel that we are indisposable, that they can somehow do things without us. But they can't. We are the economy. Without us, they fail. So if the poor, if we, the poor people, if we step out, everybody loses, especially the rich. So it behooves them to help us, to stand with us and to say that I see you, I see your suffrage, and I want to help you because that's what the right thing is to do. So poor people, please be proud. Be proud. Because from the bottom, we can only rise. From the top, you can fall. But together, we can do many great things. And I am so happy to be a part of this. I feel emotional today because I feel that I am among people. I am not alone in this. And I'm surrounded by people that have that equal love and that equal loyalty to mankind to say that we must do better because we can do better. And this willful ignorance that we have because we're afraid, we need to let go of. Because fear is not going to help us, but love will.
No one in this country should be poor. No one. With as much money's running around, no one should be poor. You know, and I'm disabled. I'm from check to check. That's a big problem. If I need things in between, I got trouble. But this is why we're here. And I pray that this has to change. And when 2 or more people agree, it is done.
Somebody's denying us health care, and it's gone on for too long. Yes, it's gone on for too long. Ooh, it's gone on for too long. Ooh, somebody's denying us health care, and it's gone on for too long. And we won't be silent anymore. No, no. And we won't be silent anymore. No, no, no.
Hi, welcome back to All Things Home Care with Dana Arnone. It's time for Ask Dana, so let's get right down to it. Our first question is today, what is the best exercise for seniors? Well, at any age, the best exercise is whatever you enjoy that raises your heart rate, quickens your breathing, and gets your muscles out of their comfort zone. The best advice is to find exercise routines or physical activities that we enjoy doing and do them on a regular basis, with the goal of getting a total of 30 minutes of exercise or physical activity at least 5 days a week, along with 2 days of some sort of resistance or strength training. Next question is, how important is strength training in doing aerobic exercise? Improved aerobic fitness is associated with benefits that can be truly described as anti-aging, compared with the leading sedentary lifestyle. So in fact, some experts believe that regular physical activity is more potent than any prescription medication for producing and sustaining changes in our bodies that can help us live longer. Research also shows that improved fitness helps us sleep better, feel better, and perform daily tasks more easily. Maintaining muscle strength and muscle mass is critically important in reducing the risk of falls as we age and in helping us maintain capacity for independent living. It is easy to observe that muscle mass and strength gradually declines with age, in large part because we become more sedentary. And in the simplest terms, our bodies gradually lose what they don't use. Research shows that long stretches of sedentary activity characterize the days of most American adults, meaning that the skeletal muscles remain virtually unstimulated for the vast majority of each day. By one estimate, older adults may spend up to 85% of waking hours being sedentary. Those who are already frail have a particularly tough time regaining their pre-illness health and lifestyle, making it all more important that Americans follow the national recommendations to complete at least 2 sessions of strength training each week. Next question. Is protein the most important nutrient for healthy aging? There is no doubt that resistance exercise and strength training is crucial to maintain health as we age, but muscles also need to be fed with high-quality protein spread throughout the day. The evidence is growing that older adults need more protein than the recommended dietary allowance of 0.8 kilograms per body weight per day to promote muscle health. In practical terms, older adults should consume more protein throughout the day. Breakfast generally contains the least amount of protein, with the most eaten at the evening meal. Nutrient-dense foods are preferred to protein powders, so encouraging protein-rich foods like lean meats, seafood, poultry, eggs, dairy foods, nuts, beans, soys is preferred. Next question. Is honey a healthier alternative to sugar? Everyone has gotten the message that sugar intake should be reduced, but that doesn't mean that the alternate to sucrose or table sugar are better choices. As hard as it is for people to believe, sugar is sugar. Honey is natural, a big buzzword in promoting health. Honey, turbinado sugar, agave nectar, brown rice sugar, and coconut palm sugar are positioned as healthier than sugar, but they still contribute to added sugars and should be consumed in small amounts. It is recommended that added sugar contributes less than 10% of daily calories. For someone consuming 2,000 calories a day, that's less than 50 grams of added sugar. That might sound like a lot of sugar, but consider that a healthy-sounding mango smoothie or a sweetened coffee drink can have as much as 30 grams of sugar added. Some people who focus on sugar as a toxic substance also eliminate naturally occurring sugar. We think it's useful to remind everyone that naturally occurring sugars in dairy milk, yogurt, fruit, or fruit juice do not need to be avoided, as those foods provide nutrients needed by those older than 50. Some food companies are beginning to show added sugars on the nutrition facts panel. Staying well hydrated throughout the day is important at any age to maintain cardiovascular and kidney function, mental acuity, and physical stamina. Next question is, how important is hydration? In older adults, dehydration is associated with confusion, falls, constipation, and pressure ulcers. So drinking sufficient volumes of fluid each day seems an easy way to reduce the risk of a variety of hydration-related health problems and improve overall well-being. Unfortunately, as we age, our thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive to dehydration. Physically active older adults who regularly work up a sweat are also prone to dehydration, especially in warm weather. But if fluids are easily available, older men and women drink enough to stay well hydrated, and evidenced by high frequency of dehydration in hospital admissions and assisted living facilities. Most of the fluids we consume is the result of spontaneous drinking at meals, business meetings, and special occasions, rather than driving by thirst. Okay, with that in mind, easy access to a variety of fluids is an important part of keeping older and younger adults well hydrated. Well, that's all the time we have for this week, so please email me your questions to info@allthingshomecare.org. Hi, welcome back to All Things Home Care with Dana Arnone. In our next segment, we take the current home care crisis all the way to Albany. We were humbled and grateful to be asked by the Hand in Hand and the Caring Majority to provide testimony to the Senate Committee of Aging, Health, and Labor during their joint public hearing discussing nursing homes, assisted livings, and home care workforce challenges and solutions. I spoke as the owner of Reliance Home Senior Services, discussing the staffing issues. All Things Home Care Board President Christine Pellegrino was able to discuss initiatives that All Things Home Care has spearheaded, and our good friend Mildred Gallery was able to provide profound insight into her perspective as a home care health giver. We were grateful for the ability to address our concerns directly to Senator Rachel May, Senator Gustavo Rivera, and Senator Jessica Ramos. So let's take a look.
So I am Senator Rachel May. I am the chair of the Senate Aging Committee, and I am thrilled to welcome everybody here to this hearing on workforce challenges in long-term care settings, including nursing homes, assisted living sites, and in-home care settings.
This has been my life's passion, my life's work passion. But with the low pay, I wonder every day, how can I stay? How can I continue to stay in a profession that does not value me? How can I support my family, my 3 daughters? I'm trying to put them through college. This work makes me feel wonderful, but it doesn't pay the bills. I know that I am one of thousands of people who love home care work. But we're feeling forced to leave a profession because of its low wages. So I am here to ask you, to beg of you to say this is the time. We need it more than ever. The families need it. They need our care, but we need to be cared for.
And I just want to add, as I'm sitting listening to the testimony in my office, I'm having a conversation with the director of my office, and from today until this weekend, we are down 50 workers that we have to staff the cases, and we don't have them. So what's going to end up happening is we're going to end up calling our families that we care for, that they're going to have to step in and either take care of their patients or their loved ones, or go to work or abandon them. So we have this constant we sit there and talk to them every week, and we're begging them to stay with us and ride through the storm together. Once they hear that we can't staff their cases, a lot of families think that there's going to have more opportunity for workers on other agencies, and then they find out that it's the same situation across the board.
Often, home care workers rely on public transportation. Now, if you've ever been to or been forced to commute by public transportation anywhere in the suburbs of New York, particularly on Long Island, you know how woefully insufficient our suburban public transit system is. Furthermore, roughly 25% of Long Island patients live in areas that are deemed hard to staff because they are not accessible to public transportation, thus resulting in a situation where the patients who need essential care in their home have great difficulty receiving it. And so, the intersection of a subpar public transit system and low wages means that workers must choose between spending their personal time on a labor-intensive, hours-long, exhausting commute, the unaffordable cost of rideshare options, or simply not working at all.
I'm just grateful to all of you and to my colleagues for sticking with it, but also the ones who have been here in the course of the day. So thanks again. The hearing is officially over now. Thanks.
Well, that's it for this episode. If you or someone you know needs assistance, you can find the numbers and links to today's guests on our website, allthingshomecare.org. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and please remember to always be kind to those that come to your home to care for you. See you next time.
All Things Home Care elevates and supports home health caregivers by providing transportation and promoting education to better care for homebound seniors and the disabled. To find out more or to make a donation, visit us at allthingshomecare.org.